Episode 8, Trauma Bonding, The Invisible Chain. The December series day, 8, Trauma Bonding, The Invisible Chain. You know you should leave. Every rational part of you knows this person is hurting you. Your friends see it, your family sees it, even strangers can see it. But you cannot walk away. You tell yourself you are staying because you love them. You tell yourself you are staying because you made a commitment. You tell yourself you are staying because they need you. But the truth is deeper than that. You are not staying because of love. You are staying because of a trauma bond. And trauma bonds are stronger than love. A trauma bond is not a connection built on trust, respect, or mutual care. It is a connection built on fear, hope, and intermittent reinforcement. It is the psychological chain that keeps you attached to someone who is actively harming you. And it feels impossible to break, because it is not just emotional, it is chemical. When someone love bombs you, your brain floods with dopamine and oxytocin. You feel euphoric, you feel connected, you feel safe. But when they devalue you, those chemicals drop, and your brain goes into withdrawal. Just like a drug addict craving their next hit, you crave the next moment of kindness. You crave the next moment of affection. You crave the next moment they look at you the way they used to. And when they finally give it to you, even for a second, your brain releases dopamine again, and you feel relief. This cycle of pain and relief, cruelty and kindness, rejection and reconnection creates one of the strongest psychological bonds known to science. It is called a trauma bond, and it is why you cannot just leave. Trauma bonds do not form in healthy relationships. They form in relationships where there is a cycle of abuse followed by affection. The abuser hurts you, then they apologize, then they love bomb you again, then they hurt you again. And every time they come back with kindness after cruelty, your brain tells you, see, they do love me. See, it is getting better. See, I just need to hold on a little longer. But it is not getting better. You are just getting more bonded to the cycle. Trauma bonds have specific signs. You defend them to people who are trying to help you. You make excuses for their behavior. You minimize the abuse. You feel like you cannot function without them. Even though being with them makes you miserable, the thought of being without them feels unbearable. You keep hoping they will change back into the person they were at the beginning. You keep believing that if you just love them enough, try hard enough, or wait long enough, they will become that person again. You feel responsible for their emotions. When they are upset, you feel like it is your job to fix it. When they are angry, you feel like you caused it. When they are happy, you feel like you finally did something right. You have lost your sense of self. You do not know what you want anymore. You do not know what you feel anymore. You only know what they want and what they feel. If any of this sounds familiar, you are trauma bonded. And here is what you need to understand. This is not weakness. This is biology. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is trying to survive. In situations of ongoing threat, the brain adapts. It starts to see the abuser as the source of both pain and relief. And because the abuser is the only one who can stop the pain they are causing, your brain bonds to them. This is called Stockholm Syndrome in extreme cases. But in narcissistic abuse, it is just called staying. Spiritually, trauma bonding mirrors a pattern we see in the Israelites. In Exodus, God delivers them from slavery in Egypt. He parts the Red Sea. He provides manna from heaven. He leads them with a pillar of fire. But in Exodus chapter 16 verse 3 they say, "If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. There we sat around pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted. But you have brought us out into this desert to starve this entire assembly to death." They wanted to go back to slavery, not because slavery was good, but because slavery was familiar, and the unknown felt more terrifying than the abuse they had already survived. This is the trauma bond. It makes you romanticize the past. It makes you minimize the pain. It makes you believe that going back is safer than moving forward. But it is a lie. Egypt was never home. It was captivity, and the person you are bonded to is not your safe place. They are your captor. Breaking a trauma bond is one of the hardest things you will ever do, because it is not just about leaving physically. It is about reprogramming your brain. Here's how trauma bonds are broken. First, you have to go no contact. Not low contact, not occasional contact, no contact. Because every time you interact with them, even in small ways, your brain gets a hit of dopamine and the bond strengthens. You cannot detox while you are still using. Second, you have to stop waiting for closure. Closure is not something they can give you, because closure requires honesty, accountability, and empathy, and they do not have those things. You have to give yourself closure. You have to accept that the person you fell in love with was not real. You have to accept that the relationship was built on manipulation, not connection. You have to accept that no answer they could give you would ever be enough. Third, you have to feel the withdrawal. When you go no contact, you will feel worse before you feel better. You will crave them. You will miss them. You will convince yourself that maybe it was not that bad. This is withdrawal, and the only way out is through. You have to sit with the discomfort. You have to let your brain recalibrate. You have to let the chemicals reset. It takes time, but it does happen. Fourth, you have to rebuild your identity. Trauma bonds erase who you are. You have to remember what you liked before you met them. You have to reconnect with the people you pushed away. You have to reclaim the parts of yourself you sacrificed to keep the peace. You have to become whole again, and you cannot do that while you are still tied to someone who needs you broken. Psalm 34 verse 18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." You are brokenhearted. You are crushed in spirit, but you are not abandoned, and you are not too far gone to heal. The trauma bond feels permanent, but it is not. It is just strong, and breaking it requires something stronger. It requires you choosing yourself, not once, but every single day. Every time you want to text them, you choose yourself. Every time you want to check their social media, you choose yourself. Every time you want to go back, you choose yourself. And slowly, the bond weakens. Slowly, you start to breathe again. Slowly, you remember who you were before they convinced you that you were nothing without them. This is day 8 of the December series. 31 days to break the shared fantasy. The chain is invisible, but it is not unbreakable. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about cognitive dissonance, the mental war that happens when you know the truth, but your heart refuses to believe it, and how to finally stop fighting yourself. Episode 8 complete. This one breaks down trauma bonding, the invisible chain that keeps victims attached even after the discard, and provides a roadmap for breaking free. Ready for episode 9, Cognitive Dissonance? We're building serious momentum in week 2.